please rise for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. We have one special presentation left over from our reorganization meeting. Madam Mayor, and is Jarrett. Just sat there.
Didn't realize there'd be this much exercise.
So this evening, we'll be swearing in Councilwoman Jarrett-elect to office.
No, it's left hand, raise your right.
I, Jennifer Jarrett,
I, Jennifer Jarrett,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
on Doylestown Borough Council
on Doylestown Borough Council
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations,
Well, thank
Councilwoman.
you.
You need to sign here. This is your official document.
Everyone, a few minutes to get back, a few seconds to get back to this. The next item on our agenda is the approval of minutes from both the December 18th meeting, which we'll do first, and the January 2nd, 2024 reorganization meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from December 18th meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
This is second by
Ms. Jarrett.
Ms. Jarrett, and Mr. Brown made the motion. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the approval of minutes from our reorganization meeting on January 2nd, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
That was Mr. Kinney, I believe. That's correct. And do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Potkin. Ms. Potkin, thank you. Any questions of any members of council? Hearing none, any questions from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Next, we have the mayor's report. Madam Mayor, do you have anything for us?
I have no report this evening.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Frederick, Public Safety, what do you have for us tonight?
Unfortunately, I have nothing for you. Maybe next month we'll stir up trouble and have something, but right now we have nothing for you other than the fire company report, which you all have in your packet. That is it, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Frederick. Public Works Administration, Mr. Brown.
We didn't meet this month, but I will give credit to Public Works for their snow fighting the past week. They remembered. That was good because it's been a while. And I'll pass it over to Mr. Ellinger.
I'll be brief. Your D-Works report's in your packet as well as our Fleet Services report. We did have 2 snow events in 1 week, which is a good way to get kind of spring training and get back in practice. I'd say that our response was excellent. We didn't have any major equipment failures. And we did go through a lot of salt, so we freshened the salt up in the bin. We're almost to the back wall. So we're waiting for 100 tons, but so is everyone else right now. So let's hope this warm weather lasts another week till I get my delivery of salt. And that's the end of the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ellinger, especially since it's going to be 60 this weekend.
I was counting on that.
That's it for Public Works.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Bell, Community and Government Affairs, do you have anything for us?
We did meet, and we have no action for council, but I did want to mention that applications are being accepted for the Youth Recognition Awards Program, and we are accepting those through March 1st. And that is my report.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Ms. Jarrett, zoning and planning.
We sure do. We did meet this week. First on the agenda is to advertise a new driveway access ordinance. So this is for authorization to advertise an ordinance regulating new driveway access on borough streets. Attached, please find the above referenced draft driveway access control ordinance, creating design standards for driveways onto borough streets. The ordinance addresses site distance, channelization, lane width, slopes, and other safety-related design criteria. The Zoning and Planning Committee recommends authorizing advertisement of the ordinance, and if council is in agreement with this recommendation, it may do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we have the building and zoning report, the Borough of Doylestown Building and Zoning Department report. And I think we'll give that over to Ms. Highland to give us a rundown of that one.
Thank you. The Zoning Hearing Board met last Thursday to hear 4 applications. The first was for Our Lady of Mount Carmel. It was a dimensional relief request to allow for the construction of a columbarium. The second application was for 41 East Ashland Street. That is also a dimensional relief request. It would allow the expansion of an existing doctor's office and the construction of a 2-car garage, or I think it's a 2-car garage, pardon me, and conversion of the doctor's office into a house. The board also heard an application for a proposed sign at 99 Lantern Drive, as well as an application for signage at the proposed Target. All applications for relief were approved.
Thank you very much. Next, we have this, sorry, I have to scroll through, the HARB recommendations. For that, we have a certificate of appropriateness for the HARB. At its regular monthly meeting, the Borough of Doylestown Historical and Architectural Review Board, HARB, recommended the following. For a sign application, it was for 19 North Main Street. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness as submitted and presented. For the building applications was 41 East Ashland Street for an addition and garage. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness with the following conditions. The windows be Pella Architectural aluminum-clad wood windows with SDL, which is simulated divided light, series instead of Anderson. The front shed roof to be higher and even with the gable roof, and the front pillars are to be thicker than shown. They should be at 10 inches at the base and taper to 8 inches at the top. Next is 131 Southwest Street for windows. HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness as submitted and presented. 61 East State Street for a renovation. The HARB recommended the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness based on the application presented as amended by addendum number 1 and addendum number 2, where the porch will mimic the existing front porch. On 84 East Oakland Avenue for exterior doors, the HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness as presented in the digital submission with edits of shop drawings shown in red lines with the divided transoms. The Zoning and Planning Committee recommends that the council approve the applications in accordance with the HARB's recommendation. If council wishes to follow the committee's recommendation, it can do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and second. The second was by Ms. Popkin. Do we have any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Additionally, we have the code enforcement report and the building inspection report, which are attached in the packet. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Jarrett. Environment and Rec, Ms. Wyckoff, do you have anything for us?
I don't. We did not meet in January.
Okay, thank you. Water Utility, Mr. Lavrone, what do you have for us? Anything?
The Water Utility Committee met on January 9th. We have no actionable items. We did get an update on several things that are going on with the water system from our chief operator, Jeremy Matozo, and everything seems to be moving along very well with the water system. So that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Mr. Larone. Finance and Pension, Ms. Popkin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finance did not meet this month, but we do have the finance report that's included in the packet, and the total is $957,673.57, and I make a motion to approve this.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none. Any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Ms. Popkin. Personnel Committee did have a few meetings. We met on December 4th to interview candidates to fill a vacancy on the HARP, the Historical and Architectural Review Board. And then we met again on January 16th to interview an additional candidate for the HARB and also candidates for several other various board vacancies. As a result of the interviews, the committee is recommending the following appointments. On the Economic Development Advisory Board, Mr. Patrick DiBiase for a partial term starting January 24, going through 12 of 25. And also Rick Gallagher for a full 3-year term, January of 24 through 12 of 26. On the Fannie Chapman Pool Board, Mr. Mike Petrakis, full 3-year term, January of 24 through 12 of 26. And Historical and Architectural Review Board, John Eichert, for a partial term, January of 24 through 12 of 24. Park and Rec Board, Molly Crotty, for a partial term, 124 through 12 of 24. And Park and Rec, Gary Harris, who used to be our park director, for a partial term, 124 through 12 of 26. And for the Shade Tree Commission, Kayvon Dabadabai, for a full 5-year term starting in January of this year, going through 12 of 28. Student board members, we recommended James Shandley for the Fannie Chapman Pool Board and Thomas O'Reilly for the Human Relations Commission, which is a reappointment. He's already served on that. And for the junior council person, Alyssa Kremser, who is, that term runs from September of 2024 through May of 2025. If any council wishes to follow the committee's recommendation as stated above, it may do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Frederick. Any questions or comments from any members of the
I have a
council?
question, Mr. President.
Yes.
The partial terms that are indicated here for the various boards and commissions, are they to fill vacancies or?
Yes, they're filling people have stepped down or requested to step down.
All right.
Normally, if we were just, appointing somebody, it would be for the full term, but here we're plugging somebody in an open spot.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other questions?
I have one minor correction, Mr. President. The report indicates that we met December 4th and January 16th and omits that the committee met also on January 17th.
Oh, that's correct, yes. We had one person, due to the snowstorm, he was out plowing snow and spreading salt and couldn't make the meeting. So we graciously allowed him to come back the next evening and complete the interview. Thank you.
Apologies, the memorandum was written before that meeting was called. We'll correct that in the minutes.
Any other questions or comments? Any questions or comments from members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That concludes the personnel report. Professionals report. Engineers report. Mr. Doherty, you have anything for us?
Thank you. I have nothing tonight.
Okay. Andrew, do you have anything for us on the solicitor's report?
No report this evening.
Okay. Chief, do you have anything for us?
No, nothing to add tonight.
Okay. I do not have a president's report. Do we have any items of old business? Any items of new business? Hearing none, and we'll move to open public comment. Mr. Plummer, you signed up to present something?
My name's James Plummer, and my question is on the 27th of December, I dropped off at this office a request under the Pennsylvania Right to Know request. And as of this time, I haven't received anything. I can appeal it to the state, but I'm hoping to get an answer here first before I do that.
What's the request for?
The request was a copy of a War Memorial Field recreation
Contract.
it's the agreement between War Memorial Field Recreation Committee from 1946 and Doylestown Borough.
Okay,
Not received anything.
I recall that, and I know staff was looking for that agreement. My understanding was that they could not locate that agreement, and my assumption was that you had been informed that there were no documents that fulfilled your request. I will check on that first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And make sure you get an answer tomorrow before noon.
If there's no agreement, then what do you have? I mean, it's whatever the borough wants it to be. The agreement,
There is an agreement that superseded that agreement, is my understanding, that I believe you have a copy of. The 1941 agreement is referenced and,
well, it's 1946.
1946, okay.
And the agreement that you sent me was between the borough and the Central Bucks School District.
Correct.
And when I was here before, you had mentioned you review it every year, but then you sent me an update saying that that agreement goes on till 2033.
That's correct. I did misspeak there.
So
And that agreement makes reference to an agreement from the 1940s, and my understanding is
1946.
we have not been able to locate
And
a
you can't
copy of
find it.
that. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist and isn't enforced, but we have not been able to find one, to my knowledge. I will double check that tomorrow.
Okay, so you'll let me know.
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
Apologies.
Thank you. We have an executive session on a matter of litigation. I don't know if will we be taking action?
Yes, we do anticipate taking action. We possibly will take action on our return.
Okay. We're going to adjourn to I guess we have to adjourn this meeting and then go into executive session.
You just go into executive session, then come out.
Okay.
You need a motion to adjourn this meeting?
You would adjourn this meeting when you return.
Post-exit, okay, thank you.
Suspend.
Hi, I'm Nick Tartaglia, lieutenant from the all-volunteer Doylestown Fire Company, speaking on behalf of our members. We're looking for new people to join our team. Could that be you? You've just seen why our members are our #1 asset, and together we make a powerful team. We're your friends and neighbors, but when you call 911, we're the ones who drop everything to answer the call. Just like you, our diverse volunteers work normal jobs, attend schools, and care for their families. But together, we share our talents and skills for a common mission. In fact, maybe you know some of us.
My name is Lori Westover. I'm a cell biologist for a large drug discovery company, and I serve to help my neighbors in their time of need.
My name's Grant Castor. I'm head of commercial operations for a specialty pharmaceutical company, and I serve to give back to my hometown.
My name is Rachel Laux. I'm studying to become a veterinarian, and I volunteer to continue my family tradition as a third-generation firefighter.
I'm Steve Downs, and I'm a teacher and a professor at LaSalle University. And I became a firefighter to live my faith.
We are the Doylestown Fire Company. Aside from our different individual lives, we are all professionally trained firefighters and members of this close-knit firefighting family. We need more people to join our team. We'll ensure you have the necessary skills, knowledge, and equipment to succeed. Join us and share our enthusiasm in providing this vital service to the community. To explore whether firefighting might be a good fit for you, please contact us or visit your local firehouse for more information. Your friends, your family, and your neighbors count on us. Can we count on you? Hi, I'm Nick Tartaglia, lieutenant from the all-volunteer Doylestown Fire Company, speaking on behalf of our members. We're looking for new people to join our team. Could that be you? You've just seen why our members are our #1 asset, and together we make a powerful team. We're your friends and neighbors, but when you call 911, we're the ones who drop everything to answer the call. Just like you, our diverse volunteers work normal jobs, attend schools, and care for their families. But together, we share our talents and skills for a common mission. In fact, maybe you know some of us.
My name is Lori Westover. I'm a cell biologist for a large drug discovery company, and I serve to help my neighbors in their time of need.
My name's Grant Castor. I'm head of commercial operations for a specialty pharmaceutical company, and I serve to give back to my hometown.
My name is Rachel Laux. I'm studying to become a veterinarian, and I volunteer to continue my family tradition as a third-generation firefighter.
I'm Steve Downs, and I'm a teacher and a professor at LaSalle University. And I became a firefighter to live my faith.
Okay, we're back in session at 7:39, and we went into executive session to discuss a proposed agreement pertaining to the development of 280 North Broad Street, and I would turn to Andrew to ask him to...
If Borough Council's inclined, it's ripe to entertain a motion to adopt the agreement pertaining to the development of 280 North Broad Street as discussed and presented to Borough Council this evening.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Was Dennis made the motion, and Joe, did you make the second?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions from any members of council? Any questions from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And I
Make a motion to adjourn?
have a second.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.